What's up guys, Megzard here, and today I'm going to be bringing round 1 of the Time Stall tournament versus round 1 of the EGGBREAKER tournament versus Time Stall. um, Time Stall being my opponent, not the name of the tournament, excuse me for that. The EGGBREAKER tournament is one hosted by EGGBREAKER. He's a PU mod, so I joined. There's also other metas leader, and the tournament looked pretty fun. Basically, you pick a bunch of random numbers that you can sort of kind of tell what Pokemon they'll match up to, and sort of kind of not really. And then you build those all hatch into Pokemon that are first stage or don't evolve, and then you get to build a team out of them. That's kind of the concept. I'm not explaining it great. I don't. You get Mons, and then you build a team. I have he looks like he has like a regular competitive team outside of too many megas, both Pinsir and Gardevoir. So I'm assuming Pinsir is going to be the mega. He's got like a somewhat standard team with at least standard Mons. I don't know, like he doesn't have a ice resist or a Weavile switcher or anything. I got a few weirder things. I've got a Mew, I've got an Altaria, which is going to be my Mega, not the Sableye, and I'm packing Skarmory, Weavile, and Jolteon. Going into the game, I kind of built this team really quick because Time Stall is like, this is really the only great time I can fight. I'm like, sure, I'll do it. I was also in the middle of an NU tour, which I didn't want to quit because I was trying to test my RNT. So I ended up building this as I'm trying to play people in NU, and I do make some questionable things, I guess. Spent like 3 minutes trying to figure out which evolution. I could have made it any evolution. Eventually I just went with Jolteon because I look a little electric weak, and I'm glad Jolteon puts in a lot of work here. But the team I decided would be like a bulky Dragon Dance Altaria set to like pretty much max HP, max defense, and if I can set up 2, I'll probably beat most of his team. I've got a Lure Mew with like Expert Belt and 3 special attacks and Roost. I think it's like Fire Blast, Ice Beam, I don't remember the last one. Skarmory, I figured Hazards would be good because he has a much like lower chance of actually getting a Defog or whatever. He does have a Latias, but Skarmory can hopefully Hazard stack a bit on him. Weavile's just standard OU Weavile, except I forgot to put on a very important move. That'll come in. That's going to come into play later. As you can see, he doesn't have a Weavile switch in at all. Nothing takes an Ice Punch. I'm not even running Icicle Crash, so I can't miss. I've got Specs Jolteon, which is also missing Hidden Power Ice. I forgot to put Hidden Power Ice on. I went with like Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, and I'm like, wait, shit, I can't touch his Chomp. Well, rip. So I didn't think Jolteon was going to be that useful. He's a Garchomp. He's Mega Latias. Not Mega. He just has a Latias. And then finally, I went with Prankster Sableye with a little surprise. It's obviously not going to be the Mega because I have Altaria. Looking at his team, I don't have any Gengar switch-ins. I don't really have switch-ins to his stuff, so I'm going to probably try to play slightly more on the offensive side. Like Mew and Skarmory and Altaria and Sableye are on the bulkier side, but they can't really be like real reliant on taking hits. So I'm gonna have to try to keep getting Weavile and going for damage. That's kind of my game plan. Anyway, that was a really long intro. On to the game. So I'm just gonna lead Skarm, just trying to get up my rocks. As he leads Gardevoir, I don't know what he's gonna have, what to do. I'm just going to go for my Stealth Rock. As he goes to Chomp, I'm like, well, if you're going to Chomp, you've got to have Fire Blast. Let me just go to my Sableye. As he actually sets up his own rocks. That's a little annoying, but it's fine. I can just click the Prankster Wisp as he goes to Gardevoir, and he reveals that he's actually Synchronized, not Trace, and is some sort of like lefties set. I don't know what to expect. I figured non-Mega, oh, it's probably going to be Scarf. But I'm just going to go to Skarmory. I assume that's a safe switch in as he reveals his own Will-O-Wisp. So he's some sort of like bulky utility Gardevoir, which like it's not going to be Mega. It's probably decent-ish set. I assume Skarmory walls this though, so I'm just going to go for... I'm actually going to Roost just to scout for a Thunderbolt. Probably should have spiked there. But I am going to spike now. I'm not really sure what his Chomp's going to go for, because Fire Blast, I've already seen it, so maybe he'll predict me. He's going to pull me into Sableye. I am going to go for another Prankster Will-O-Wisp, but I didn't feel like I lose that much, because if he wants to switch into Gardevoir, he's taking Wisp and burn damage and shit. As he goes to Latias, and I reveal my surprise, this is in fact Foul Play, Will-O-Wisp, Recover, and not Knockoff, it's Taunt, which is pretty cool. I was like, Well, you know what? I'm running like dual hazard Skarmory. Might as well bring some prankster defog stopper and spin blocker in one slot. Like that's kind of why I threw on both hazards on Skarmory. As he goes for Draco, it is going to do a lot. But at this point, I don't really need Sableye. It's stopped Latias from defogging. It's not really going to have a great chance to do that later. Like, the only thing it can really do it on is a slower Mew and an Altaria as I Dragon Dance. So he's going to go into Tornadus trying to save Latias. I just go for Burn because I don't really need Sableye. As he predicts me to switch out and go into Skarm, I'm assuming. Goes for Focus Blast. That's not going to work. I'm like, oh, now I can go into Jolteon, as he Hurricanes, and unfortunately I get confused. I don't have a switch in. I have to risk the confusion right here. Fortunately, he switches into Chomp, as I just click Volt Switch, because I realize, wait, shit, I can't use HP Ice because I can't touch him. So I hit myself, doesn't really come into play. As, I'm going to go into Skarm. He does finally catch it with a Fire Blast. That's fine. Skarmory did its job. It got down 2 layers of hazards, and he's probably not going to get a chance to defog, as I am just going to get KO'd with 2 Fire Blasts. But that gives me a switch into Weavile. This is really my only switch in. Altaria isn't really a great thing to Dragon Dance on it, so I'm kind of forced to go into Weavile. Take a lot from Recoil and Ice Punch and shit, and I realized, wait, I just lost the thing that was supposed to Wall Break. So he goes into Pinsir. I'm like, yes, I'm going to Ice Shard him. And the move I'm forgetting is Ice Shard. So he Mega Evolves. I could have just killed him with an Ice Shard. Really questionable play, but I didn't have it, which really fucking sucked. So I have to go into full offensive Mew. No bulk. Hope I can take a hit. I can. I'm a Mew. I'm still pretty fucking bulky, but that was kind of fucking up my plan against Pinsir. Fortunately, at this point, he's sort of running out of Jolteon checks. I've KO'd his Chomp. His Latias is way too low at health. And Jolteon can do things like KO the Gengar from this point. It can actually like OHKO the Gengar. With rocks up, I think it was like 100% chance to OHKO. As he goes to Latias, but that's not going to be at enough health to take a hit. And basically Jolteon runs through him. The only thing I'm going to do here is he goes to Gardevoir. I am going to switch into Sableye and sack it just because, you know, it's lefty's utility. Maybe it's like full Spadef and can take a hit. I was too lazy to calc. I know Jolteon can beat Tornadus and Gengar no problem. Like, that's not even a question. So I'm just going to sack Sableye, go to Altaria, just rack up a little extra burn damage, and then Altaria ends up being faster. He reveals that he's no speed Gardevoir because I'm bulky Altaria. And at this point, it doesn't really matter. Gengar can just come in and KO me with Sludge Wave, but at this point, he doesn't. He has nothing to do. Nothing to do about Jolteon. He's revealed no Scarf on either of those. Neither of them can live a hit, and I'm just going to be able to clean up. So I was really close to bring Sylveon as a Specs Wall Breaker and shit, and I'm pretty glad I didn't because Jolteon ends up kind of saving me. So I will be bringing you the next round of the Time Stall. I will be bringing you the next round of the EGGBREAKER tournament. Hopefully live. Don't really want to do tournament live, post-com I mean, but I didn't really have a choice because I was still in an NU tournament at that point. But yeah, GG Time Stall. Does that name not sound like a tournament, the Time Stall tournament? It sounds exactly like one. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.